Hi everybody, this is Jen. This is another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I just got back from the thrift store, and why does that make me excited? Okay, the Goodwill is not known for having a lot of yarn. People don't donate it, and when they do, it's stuff that not everybody wants, like homespun. And usually it's about $1.99 a skein, which sometimes is retail for some brands of yarn. But the reason I'm so excited is they had so much name brand yarn, and I had a 20% off coupon because I made a rather large donation because I cleaned my bedroom. So we're going to start with the neutrals. Bear in mind I have a lot to show you. I bought 65 skeins of yarn from the Goodwill. I started off, I went down because at the Goodwill everything is color coded. So they have a white aisle, which is usually like china, plates, stuff like that. I usually skip that aisle because I don't need plates. And usually I'm looking for yarn or craft supplies. And they had lots of white. Now, I didn't grab all the white that they had, but I was kind of excited to see. I love this yarn. This is retail $4.99. It's pretty big skein, right? This was $1.99. And with my 20% off coupon, it was cheaper than that. So, we'll start with the neutral colors. I got 3. I love this yarn in white. I got 1 Karen Simply Soft Party. And I got 2 Everyday Premier in white. These may or may not get dyed. We will see. That's my white. We got some gray. This is Heartland. This is in the color Mammoth Cave. I got 3 of those. I got 2 Scarfies. Scarfie is always unwound like this. And I got it. These are cream and black. Is the color cream and black. So I got 2 of those. And then I got 3 ice cream. These are cookies and cream. So, yay! And ice cream is one of my favorites. I am not a huge fan of Lion Brand yarn, but I love the ice cream. And this is usually too much money for me to want to buy. This is normally $4.99 at Michael's. So, oh, and then I got black party yarn. See? And this sparkly. So, those are my neutrals. I'll be right back with some colors. Okay, now we're going to move on to the pinks. Well, pinks and pink tonals, because this is not quite pink. It's like a coral color. Matter of fact, it's called Mango, so that should give you an idea of what color that is. Mango. Okay, so this again is, I love this yarn. Now I will say this, I don't shop at Hobby Lobby because I think they're overpriced. Although this one says it's $3.99 regular, but I would much rather pay what I paid. And I will give you a grand total and an individual estimate of what it all came up to at the end. So anyway, I got 4 of these. This is like my favorite color in the entire world. In the entire world. Coral. Isn't that pretty? I got a bag so I can throw them over here. I gotta say, if you've ever watched Crystal from Bag O' Day Shop for Yarn, that's what I felt like. Because she gets so excited and she kind of like paces the aisles, and she she like goes back and forth to make sure she is making the right choice, and oh, is this the yarn I want? And I was so channeling Crystal when I was doing this. I was going up and down. I was so excited. And this is Baby Bee Sweet Delight. Another Hobby Lobby yarn. Look at how pretty that is. And the color is Bashful. Bashful. Oh, so pretty. And then I only had 1 of these. I love this yarn in the color pink. Pink. pretty, but they had 2 sparkle yarns. So again, this is, I love this yarn, metallic, in the color Pinky Toes. I hope you guys can see how sparkly this is. It's so sparkly. I feel like it's Christmas. I am so excited. This one doesn't quite qualify as a color because it's variegated, but then they had one of these. And this is, I love this yarn. In Winter Flowers. But it reminds me of like jeans from the 90s. Because this burgundy mauve color was like super popular in the 90s. Okay, we're going to take another break and we're going to bring back probably green. Alright, now for the green. Now, this was actually a better price because the individual skeins were about $1.99 for most of them, but they had a 3-pack for $2.99, which means $1 a skein, right? And this is the, these are all the same. This is the Vanna's Choice Sea Spray Mist. They had a lot more Vanna's Choice. They actually had yellow and I think orange. I'm not a big fan of Vanna's Choice. Again, line brand. It's kind of, it's not as soft, but it's a pretty color. It's like a green variegated. It's got like really light green and dark green, and so I got 4 of those. And then we got some Red Heart Soft, and I actually have 3. And this is in the color Dark Leaf. 3 of those. Trying to restack as I go. We got 2 Cairn Simply Soft in Dark Sage. And I always do the smell test for thrift store yarn. This smells like it was in an old lady's house. Like your grandma's house. You know how grandmas will like, they have a specific type of cologne that they wear, or like the plug-in adapter things that make your house smell good. That's what all this yarn smells like. Which made me a little bit sad because we were in the Goodwill and my husband said, oh, somebody died. Because he can't imagine someone getting rid of all their yarn. And then I was like, oh my God, that's so sad. And then we had a whole discussion on what to do with my yarn stash if I die. Which is terrible, but... And anyway, this is Cairn Simply Soft in Pagoda. And we have 5. I'm running out of room. My bag is full. Alright, we're just going to move along. You're going to hear some crinkling. Some out of room. Alright, so we got, if I miss one, I will come back to it. This is Red Heart with Love, and this is in the color Hollyberry. We're on to our reds, by the way. And then we got some more Heartland. I believe there's 3. Yeah, 3 in the color Redwood, which if anybody knows me knows that I love the redwoods. And then Red Heart Soft in Wine. We got at least 2. And then we got Red Heart Soft in the color Really Red. 2, 3, 4, and 5 of those. Yay! Red is another one of my favorite colors. But I mentioned that in my last video, so you should already know that. And then, the last is purple. We got Yarn Bee Soft Secret Hot Grape, and this is like royal purple. I hope that is showing up because it is insanely purple. And let me see. Hot Grape. Hot Grape, we got 3 of those. 3 of those. And we got Cairn Simply Soft in Just Grape. This one's not hot. Oh, we got another hot grape. So that's 4 of that one and 3 of this one. And I also found a bag of stuffing because I'm working on some amigurumis for Easter for my kids and possibly my nieces. And I needed more stuffing, so $1.99 for that. And I also got a couple other little things. But my grand total for everything with my 20% off coupon was $102. Now, I told you guys I was saving up my money for an AC Moore trip. So that just came out of my AC Moore money. And if you figure I had, I think, 62 skeins of yarn here. I might be off, but I did the math already. And it equaled about $1.61 per skein. And that's actually per item because I also got CDs and I got the stuffing and whatever. Oh, I forgot one. I forgot. I didn't pull these out on purpose. Now, I've never tried ice yarn. I wanted the ice yarn. I wanted this yarn specifically because I believe Creative Grandma maybe had this color. Or if not, it was the Secret Yarnery, I believe. One of them had this exact yarn. And I wanted it. These were 99 cents. So, I got 4 of these. And these are mercerized cotton, 100%. They are ice yarns. And if I recall, ice yarn does not do colors. But this is a 2. This is a 2. Look at those colors. So pretty. I can't see the camera because I'm using my big camera, so I don't know if that zoomed in or if that focused or not, but oh, it's so pretty. I'm really into cotton right now. I'm so excited. Okay, so back to the numbers. $1.61 per skein of yarn per item, but we'll say per skein of yarn. $1.61. That is, if you've paid attention, that is the same price that I paid per skein of yarn for my mystery bags. $1.61. Can't beat that. I am so excited. So excited. So, thank you for coming along on my little Goodwill adventure. I am so stoked. I went up to the register and I was talking to the cashier and the first thing I said is, as my cart is overflowing with yarn, I said, please don't hate me. And my husband was laughing. And she's all, oh, it's okay. And she looked and she's all, oh, you have a lot of yarn. We must have just got that in. And then she told me she's a crocheter and she's just now learning and she's trying to make a blanket. And I looked at her and I said, I didn't take all the yarn. There's still some back there. And she's all, okay, well, let's count it up. I'll get a bag. And we're going through. I didn't realize I had 55 skeins of the $1.99 yarn. I had no idea. But anyway, it was funny. It was a good time. Thank you for joining me. Click the subscribe button. Click the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite yarn is. What's your favorite brand? What's your favorite color? What else? I think that's it. We may still be doing a Seymour trip this weekend. I'll have to play that by ear. But if we do, I will bring you guys along. Thank you for joining me. Have a good night.